Hey, what is up, guys? A lot of you guys have been asking me to talk more about Street Fighter V, what I think about the game, the state of it, what's going on with it, because it's going to be a big title. I'm going to cover a lot of it when it comes out, so it's pretty important to the channel and a lot of you guys as well. I thought today I'd talk about the Vega reveal, which is pretty interesting to me because he would definitely wasn't high on my list of characters I thought would be returning to the game. I was pretty sure a lot of other characters would probably be there before him. And I think the inclusion of Vega pretty much points to what we already thought, which was that this is going to be a really Bison-centric storyline, which means I wouldn't be that surprised to see Balrog or Sagat come back, which, a lot of people are sort of expecting now, myself included. And that would be interesting to me because I'm curious to see how those characters get brought back. If you guys didn't see the Vega reveal, definitely check it out. But one of the things I thought was interesting about it is how different he is from traditional Vega. Normally, Vega's about these buttons that he has, really defensive, solid style character. And then one of the things he has is some tricks, right? His wall dive is a little tricky. He's got the flip. He's got some things that kind of make him a mobile trickster character besides these strong normals and ground game. And this time, it seems like they've amped up the trickiness even more than we've seen from before, which I thought was pretty interesting. And I'm really excited about this. One thing that I really like about Street Fighter V so far is even when they bring back characters like Vega, who have been around the block a few times, right? He's gotten in all the exercise. They're a lot different. They aren't quite the same as they've been in past iterations. Characters like Bison, who have been in a lot of Street Fighter games, coming back in this one, and he is way different. The walk speed's weird. The Devil's Reverse is different. He has different special moves. He has a projectile that's back that he didn't have in 4 and all stuff like that. And same with Vega now. If you guys didn't see it, he has a command throw now, which is crazy to me. He picks you up, scoops you off the wall, and does the Izuna drop. It looks pretty good. I'm a fan. Besides that, he has a projectile, which is his V trigger. He throws a rose at you. He can do an anti-air as well, so he kind of shoots up and follows you. It's pretty crazy looking. It looks good. And I thought the most interesting mechanic was that the claw is now a stance. Now, making Vega a stance character based around the claw was not something that I expected at all. That was something that I would have never thought of. It's really interesting. So when he has the claw, he has a different move set from when he doesn't have the claw. And you can swap between them whenever you want. You can even combo into one version or the other. Like you can combo with the claw and then cancel and then be in the other stance and combo, finish the combo and end with no claw on, which I think is a really good way to do it. Now, if you don't know how the claw usually and the mask usually function in Street Fighter games, when you take enough damage, they go flying off you and you have to go retrieve it, right? Now, what's interesting is they've said that you cannot pick up the claw if it gets knocked off you, which is really crazy because that means you lose one of the stances available to your character. So Vega is going to be a character where it's really about understanding how to fight with and without the claw, because as soon as you lose it, you're not picking it up again. It's done. So he has this funky alpha counter that they showed off. He has this command throw that's really interesting. The wall dive is a little bit different. You can combo after it now. It's not a knockdown if it hits you, which kind of takes away some of the tricksy shenanigans, but makes it a little bit more threatening in some ways. The stances with the claw, and he's just completely redesigned, which is something that's awesome to me. It's great. I think that if you're going to bring back old school characters like this, you can't be afraid to change them up, right? Because a character like Birdie is completely redesigned from how he was before. He looks different, he plays different, and he's a new kind of animal. Even though returning characters come back and they retain some of that charm that you like about them as far as personality goes, and even some of their moveset, it's good to see that they're willing to take characters that people have been playing for forever and change them up, like characters that have been around and are iconic as it gets, and you can change the way that they play, make them function differently. I think that's super awesome, and I'm glad that this game's not afraid to do that. They're not so worried about sales that they're like, all right, this has to be a Street Fighter game where every character plays like they did in all the other Street Fighter games because people like that. No, they're like, whatever, this is our game, we're going to make it as interesting as possible and change things up. And I really like that idea from Capcom so far. The game's really fun so far. It's very offense oriented, which is one of my concerns. And hopefully Vega will slow things down. I'm hoping he's the start of some characters that are a little bit more defensive to kind of diversify the playstyles amongst the roster, because so far it's been pretty much about getting in your face and making stuff happen. But that's my thoughts. I'm thinking about doing this for when new characters come out for Street Fighter V and maybe other games as well. If MK announces a new combat pack, which I hope they do, I'll do this as well. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys again soon.